In this brief demonstration, we will show you how a Massachusetts pharmacist can quickly create a user account in MassPAT, the proprietary system called PMP AWARxE. To start the account registration process, go to the MassPAT login page and select the Create an Account link below the Login button. Before you do this, we suggest that you review the frequently asked questions about registration. Click the Need Help link to view the frequently asked questions page. Here on the Create an Account page, start by entering your professional email address, if applicable, which will function as the username for your account login. Otherwise, enter your own primary email address, that is, if you don't have a professional one. Setting up the registration based on your email address is important for ensuring that you as an end user will receive any system-generated notifications. In addition, if you subsequently add delegates to your account, for instance, a pharmacist staff assistant might establish a delegate account to generate patient prescription summary reports to be reviewed before new prescriptions are filled. Those delegate accounts need to be associated with you, the primary account holder, through your username, which is your email address. Note that management of delegate accounts is covered in a separate MassPAT tutorial. Next, enter a password for your account. As you start entering your password, a pop-up will open listing the requirements for creating an acceptably strong account password. Enter your password again in the password confirmation field, where a green check symbol will appear when confirmed. Now select the Save and Continue button to proceed. Here on the User Roles page, select the Healthcare Professional category link from the short list displayed, which will open an expanded list of specific user roles for you to select from. From this expanded list, it's important that you select the most appropriate role for establishing the needed access rights for your account. For this demo, we will select Pharmacist. Next, select the Save and Continue button to go to the next step in the process. This registration process page presents a two-section form for capturing your personal and employer information. Note that red asterisks next to the input fields indicate that almost all these form fields require input. Complete the personal section first. In the first field, enter your professional license number. For pharmacists, this is the Mass Board of Pharmacy number. Importantly, this must be both valid and active. Enter the full license number, which includes the PH at the beginning of the license number. Also select the license type from the drop-down menu. On the right-hand side of the form, input your name to the respective fields. Importantly, enter your name exactly as it appears on your professional license. Also, be sure not to include any title or affiliation text in the name fields, only your name. Then input your date of birth in the required format. For instance, you must enter the / between the month, day, and year, and then complete the section of the form by entering your primary contact phone number. Before moving on, review all the personal information you entered to ensure that all required fields have been completed correctly and that you have addressed any field validation issues. For the employer section of the form, provide input to the required fields indicated by the red asterisks and to the other fields as applicable. For this demo, we will complete only the required fields. In the first field, enter the DEA number for the pharmacy that is your primary work location. If applicable, you can then add DEA numbers for any other pharmacies where you normally work by using the Add button adjacent to the input field. Then on the right-hand side of the form, enter the name and address of your primary work location. Now review all the employer information entered in this section of the form. If you are a delegate to a pharmacist, click the box to designate yourself as such. Then enter the email address of the pharmacist for whom you are a delegate. You can enter additional pharmacists by clicking the Add button to enter their email addresses. We will uncheck this box since we are registering as a pharmacist, not a delegate. That essentially completes the input for your account request, which you can now submit by selecting the Submit Your Registration button at the bottom of the form. When you do that, you will be prompted to read and agree to an End-User License Agreement in a pop-up window. Next, the system runs validation checks on your submitted information and then points you to one of the following: your user dashboard with the ability to conduct patient searches if your registration request has been accepted, a registration landing page with the message, "Your account is pending approval," if the system has identified questionable input to your registration form. For instance, if the information you entered does not match what the Mass Board of Pharmacy has on file, in which case you will be contacted by the MassPAT system administrator. When your registration is accepted, this is the dashboard you will see. This concludes this demonstration. You should now be able to create your pharmacist user account in MassPAT. Should you need assistance in using the system, call the AWARxE Help Desk phone number that appears at the top right of every page of the system.